going to function. You're never gonna be sure how uh how your machine is going to interact with the the platform, how it's going to interact with the software. There's always updates, there's always everything. So this is why I always, whenever we do a project and whenever anybody works with me, y'all know I get everything done very early. I always get everything done like super efficiently, so that when you have drama like this, that you can get it fixed and not inconvenience your audience. Because who cares if you were inconvenienced because you had to do something extra, but you just piss off your audience? So that's not cool. So they have taken the time to to share some time with you, so you need to respect that as much as possible. So all for that goes, we're ready to roll. Okay, so now, right, Erica? We ready?
It's true. Yep. Ready.
All right. So today, so what we promised when we were doing the summit series is that we were going to show all the uh, behind the scenes things. We tried, but everything was moving too fast. Right, Erica? All right, y'all. This is live, and I'm so sorry. This dog is crazy. I'm so sorry. If y'all know me at all personally, y'all know my dad had a little dog. Little dog just decided that I'm her person. And even though it's like, and right now she's like, this is my time. You're cutting into my time. And I'm like, I gotta work, sugar. I don't got time for you right now. But she's like, yes, you do. So if you hear her whining, she is fine. I promise you she's fine. She just wants some L. And I'm sorry I can't give that to her right now. Okay? So I'm sorry for the interruption. But y'all gonna be wondering what is that. So there you go. Killing a dog. Nobody's killing a dog. Okay. So what we promised was that we would do the summit. We would um go through all the steps so that we can show you how, if you want it, if you, because a lot of people are now wanting to do summits because it's a valuable way to get a lot of information to your target audience as quickly or and efficiently. It's not really quick, but it's efficient, right? So either they can watch it live, they can watch it live and get an upgrade where they can get a copy of the recordings, or they can just later on not attend but buy the recordings. Okay, so sometimes you do all three, but anyway, but the point is that you want to be able to, the point of doing a summit is so that people learn and have information that they can utilize. You guys know I do not create products that do not have that's not a solution. So there's that's not designed to solve a problem. That's what I meant to say. So this situation is, we know that there are people who are desperately wanting, right, Erica?
It's true.
They are desperately wanting to host their own summit because they have something to share with their audience, but they're afraid. When I first got on camera, I freaking sucked at it. I still think I suck at it, but anyway. So then you get better. You learn just like anything else. You just have to be able to, um, you have to be able to adapt and learn. Like you have to. It's important, right? For
Keep
life.
moving forward.
Exactly. So, with there's people who are used to being on stages, constantly being, that's their job. They're speakers. Well, guess what? There's a lot of venues that have smaller attendees or no in-person in things. COVID has kind of changed everything permanently. Yes, we will go back to having some events that are some events that are y'all can tell I'm losing my patience. Come on. And if I y'all live is killing me today. Okay. So anyway, Anyway, so anyway, COVID has changed everything. COVID has really, really changed everything. We are not trying to go back to pre-COVID. We are trying to live in the current situation, and with the current situation, you're going to always have an element that's virtual, and you potentially going to have an element that's live. So that's just the way it is because some places are still on lockdown, and it's crazy. Like some whole countries are still on lockdown. So if you want to reach your target market doing your target thing, then you need to be able to handle that thing. Ooh, I like that. You need to be able to handle that thing. Okay, so that's just the setup. So y'all know exactly where we are, where we're coming from, what's going on. So now, Erica is going to do some talking. So just bear with me. She's Erica's the bomb. She's gonna get to me. All right, so the thing that we decided to do, Erica, first was so now we got the Summit Series. If you want to know more about the Mastery Recovery Virtual Summit Series, you could go look at that. You can get tickets and all that kind of stuff for the rest of the event. But what today is really not about telling you to get tickets. That's not what this is about. Today is what do we do to produce such a successful event that we now can utilize the information and the content that we got to get even more people to um, have access to the information. Like, so that's like super important. So, Erica, it's on you, girl. Why I killed this dog?
Well, if the first two events, parts of the summit were successful, why not have the last four be just as successful or more? I wouldn't mind if you all went out and got more tickets. So, yeah.
Yes. The well, okay, so yes, but that's not what I mean. I mean, like, Erica is so funny, y'all. She is forever the consummate professional. So where are we gonna go with this? It's like, so let's talk about what our stated outcomes were in the beginning. You want to share your screen and show that?
Yes, we'll do share screen as soon as I find my page again.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
and
so you guys, this was a collaboration between Talk Virtual and Lux Maverick. Lux Maverick needed to start getting some traction as a new brand that's going to be launching. So what our original plan was to become a case study for Talk Virtual. We wanted to pre-launch, um, do some set some footings for Lux Maverick. So we needed to have a successful summit series. The summit series was based around sports. So we newsjacked this. No, okay. So I'm gonna try not to use too much marketing nomenclature. So bear with me. If I do, I will try to go back and explain. So newsjacking is where you use current events to talk about your product or brand. And in this situation, we were newsjacking all the current sports. So um, we decided to do what we decided to do, Erica. We did football because it was the Super Bowl. We did
basketball.
um, oh yeah, we did basketball because it was the NCAA's. We did so. Ooh, we should do another one for basketball for the Final Four. But anyway, we did baseball, golf. Oh, the
Swimming and
Boston
running.
Marathon, huh?
Swimming and running. Running and
Oh
swimming.
yeah. So okay, so I'll get to that about the who the speakers are. Okay, so then so we were like, okay, so what does Lux Maverick need to do? So Lux Maverick is going to be the kind of host for the post injury report, which is a podcast. And then it's also going to so that also needs to have a blog. Whenever you're doing anything like this, you want to have as much information about your content that's pointing back to your landing page. Your landing page is where people can find out how they can get tickets and what the tickets entail, like the D ticket, the money part, right? So think about it that way. um, Lux. So I wrote a book called Escape Chronic Pain, and the book is going to be part of the launch for Lux Maverick, right? So, I mean, I guess technically I am the Lux Maverick. This, if that makes any sense, because you try to figure out like exactly what that situation is. So, I am my skill set and what I do makes me the Lux Maverick. So, from that, all the things that I'm creating is to support the brand that is Lux Maverick. That makes sense, Erica?
Yeah.
Am I explaining myself? Okay, cool. So when you're in marketing, you always you can have a brand, you can have an icon. So I guess that's the best way to explain it. So the icon is me, which is Lux Maverick. The brand is also Lux Maverick as a company. And then the process that we're using is what we're talking about today to pre-launch and then have the pre-launch feed and kind of boost the launch that's coming in a couple weeks. Okay, so then we're gonna do. Then we did. We needed to do a video about the summit, which was very crazy. Oh yeah, and we also needed an ebook to give away. Okay, Erica, we can stop sharing the screen for a minute.
Okay. I want to shout out Patrick Jackman right quick, who's watching with us right now. Hey,
Hey,
Patrick.
okay, so there's that, right? So then we're gonna go. Oh, y'all probably got people on my page looking. I ain't even look. I'm sorry, y'all. I see somebody on there. Y'all know I can't even keep up with what's happening on the page. No, that is not what I wanted to do. I'm
Mm.
sorry. All right, y'all. All right. Okay. We don't want all that. I can't even help myself. Anyway, I'm sorry, whoever's on my page that I can't shout you out. My bad. But that's Erica. She's the bomb. So anyway, y'all know I'm scatterbrained about stuff like that. Okay, so what we wanted to say about all this is that now this is the good part, right? So we kind of had to like set you up so you kind of know what's happening, how everything's going. Okay, now this is the fun part. So when we started this whole thing out, Erica's like, hey, we need to do an interview. So we did an interview. You ready for the ebook?
Let me bring it up.
Cue the
Ebook.
ebook. Cue. Okay, so the ebook, you guys, was created because we did an interview. So the interview information was turned into an ebook so that people can get a sense of what it is that you can do. So now we're in a situation where see how pretty it is. Erica did such a good job. It the so whenever you create, so those are the questions from the interview, but whenever you have anything, right, when you're doing a summit, when you're doing anything, like if you do lives, you need to be able to get your lives in the transcript, be able to edit that transcript and turn it into exactly something like this. Then this becomes something, a freebie that you can offer somebody, right? So you can be like, guess what? If you sign up for my newsletter, I'm gonna give you a free ebook. And that's Erica, y'all. I would never put that many pictures of myself on there. And then and then okay, Erica. So the goal really is to be able to take one thing and turn it into multiple things, because we took that interview, we turned it into a playlist, broke down the questions, we turned it into the ebook. So that's going to help reach another group of people. We broke down each individual clip, and then we put it out on different places. So what you have to really do, and what Erica is incredible at, I'm telling you guys, because it was like we had more content, because everybody's always like, I don't have enough content for my social media, I don't have enough content. We didn't have to even create actual, even though y'all know I did, but we didn't have to. Like if we didn't have time or there was an issue, you didn't have to create more stuff, because from that one interview we had 20 some pieces of 20 some clips and things that
Yeah.
we could post, and then you
28.
could always take the clip and take a quote from it and then make that into a meme. I mean, come on, y'all. Let's just think about this thing. There's so many things that you can do. There's no reason for you to be so unable. Like, I don't have time to have post social media stuff. That's not really true. You just have to know how to be focused, targeted, and creative when it comes to how to utilize that data.
It's true.
So, yes, awesome. See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I got a pat on the back from Erica. I'm feeling special, y'all. I'm feeling special. All right. So then, okay, so the sub products. So we created a lot of sub products, and we really haven't even gotten the opportunity to kind of like really, really break it down because there are, oh my gosh, we made, okay, so can I talk about the graphics now, or what are we going to talk about right now?
Yeah, you made a lot of graphics. Go ahead and talk about that.
Oh, you see that? She said, I made it. Y'all hear her?
You did.
She's like, I made it. Like, no, I'm talking about like she wasn't part of the situation. That's what I'm talking about. So we did, that's okay. So whenever you're going to do an event, you got the first thing you have to have figure out is which platform you're going to use because the platform is going to determine what graphics you need initially. Now, graphics are incredible, other than like your social posts and stuff. So what's really important is for you to be able to relay to the people who are going to attend what to expect very succinctly. So what we figured out was if we like I like Airbeat. Erica likes Airbeat, but Erica uses other platforms too. I used to use a lot of other platforms, but I kind of honed down on the type of events that I do and how I like to really close in on my I want to say the I'm really targeted on what we're going to do in an event. So my jam is sponsors, having a luxury time, a higher end time, and not a lot of people. It's like very specific and targeted people who know what they're there for and they came for a good time. So I like air meat for that purpose. There's a lot of other ones out there. So, but for air meat, we have to create a lobby. So when a person, well, no, first thing you do is the landing page, right? The landing page, right? So people just be able to even see that there is an event. Then you have to move from it's like the doorway. So it's like the door dressing. So imagine you pull up to a hotel and the front door is looking pretty. So there you go. So now that's the front door. So for you to be able to go any further, look at me looking crazy on that video, and you're looking for any further, you have to go into the door. So when you go into the door, you end up inside of AirMeet saying this is what you want to do. So then this is the Hey Summit page that kind of covers all the different stuff that's going to happen once you get inside. So, but once you get inside the actual venue, you're going to be looking at your lobby. And so the lobby itself is the place where people will have an itinerary. They'll get little videos. They'll see speaker information, sponsor information, all kind of little things on the screen. And it's supposed to give you the feeling of being in the lobby of a hotel of an event. So you have all these different things going on. So once you are ready to go to the main hall, then you click another button, almost like walking through another door where you're going to find some tables. Now in there's all kind of stuff going on. You can sit down, talk to people. You can talk to sponsors. You can kind of even do like vendor booths like you would do in real life. So if you have a specific vendor that you want to go see, you can make transactions right there at the tables, all kind of stuff going on in there. It's amazing. So if you've never been to an AirMeet event hosted by me or Erica, then you can you'll see there's a lot of things, and And the thing cool about these virtual events, designing them allows you to control the experiences that your attendees have, as well as your speakers if they're not part of the um, production side of things. So now, next thing, when you have your stage is really important, because when you have your speakers um taking up the full screen talking to their to audience, you need to be able to manage what that looks like. So to me, the speaker stage backdrop is exceptionally important. I don't know, Erica, if we I don't think we can show that. Anyway, y'all, if you went to the first event, you've seen it. The speakers are on screen. You can also see that there's banners here. So if you are a event producer, you know how valuable on stage logo drops are. Now they can be there the whole time. If you're like me, you can, and you are like, okay, so you're going to be on here for this first 15 minutes block, and then somebody else going to be on the second 15 minutes block. Like, you can get real granular with it. You always can add lower thirds and do all kinds of stuff like that. You can drop videos in and out, just all kinds of stuff you can have going on. This is why I like air meat. I know this sounds like an air meat commercial, but anyway, there's a whole lot of things going on in there. But to me, it gives me the most versatility. But again, the whole point and the whole goal of selecting a platform is to make sure that you can create the environment and experience that your attendees are going to want to participate in. So for the summit, now this summit is more for people who are looking for help when it comes to alternative options. So what we're talking about is integrative options and what they're for and how they help people. And so the the thing is you don't know that you need to know this information until you need it, right? So you've had a surgery, you went to physical therapy, it's supposed to be fine now, but it's not. So what do? How do you find help? So here we go. You need to know, if you have a neck injury, you may need to see a chiropractor that uses an actuator instead of a chiropractor that cracks. If you have other types of things, that will be in reverse, and there's all kinds of things that you should know, because you can't just go to any chiropractor for your particular issue, because that's how people end up getting hurt more, by picking the wrong practitioner with the yes, they're good, nothing's wrong with the practitioner, nothing's wrong with the process. It is the fact that you selected the wrong thing. It's like going to a foot doctor to get a facelift. Like, that's a problem. All right. So that's essential. Now, so the reason why I'm like taking my time to really push this home is because that is a critical point. Erica, you are
I
on
can
mute.
add to that.
Huh?
I said it's true. There's nothing more I can add to that.
I'm trying to be like so clear. I know, like, this, like, if you're not in this space, it's probably boring to you, and I'm so sorry. But I'm just trying to, but people who this is for, they know exactly what I'm trying to say, because you can use different, that's why it's important to explore different options, and to have somebody like Erica, who's very versed in the majority of platforms, so she can say, based on what you want to do, this is going to be useful, and then turn around and say, you could also do this if you've never thought about it, and so it expands your opportunity, because this is what we do every day, right? We are constantly in a place of, how can we get a higher ROI for our virtual events? Like, what can we do for our sponsors to make them want to work with us next time? What can we do for our speakers to make them really enjoy themselves and want to be part of another um, event that we're going to produce, that is similar and focus, right? So there's all kinds of stuff going on, and so we're constantly building relationships and looking to be best at what we're doing. All right, so now what, Erica? So where we going with that? Oh,
That's
Erica,
like
y'all, Erica did so much stuff. It's crazy.
so let's say you want an event where you have attendees who want to interact with each other. You're not going to have an embed on another platform because, yes, I could recommend that everything could have been set up on Hey Summit, but how would you be able to interact? Ask everyone to hang out with you on your Twitter page or your Facebook group. You could embed in Hey Summit and in your Facebook channel, but having them in one place is less confusion. I really like Book Like a Boss. You can have your stuff set up there. Again, you would have to embed, and then people would probably have to interact via a Facebook group. But having everything in one place, less people get lost. You got more interaction with people, less people asking you where to find, where to go. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one thing too, Erica, concierge. Anytime I have an event, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's 5 people. Somebody who's coming to this event is going to have some tech issues. I, as a producer, don't have time for your tech issues. I do care. I am concerned. But I can't stop working with everybody else to fix your tech issues. So please, people, please, Jesus, if you want to have an event, please have a concierge so that you can keep it pushing. A concierge should be somebody who is in a room with you, who is able to answer questions efficiently, help a person to be able to overcome whatever technical issues they have and problem solve. And if they can't, for whatever reason, be able to resolve the issue without your input, they can simply ask you very succinctly how you can help that person. So it is critical. Concierge, I know it sounds so bougie and whatever you want to fancy, whatever, honey. It's like having socks in the winter when you need it. Okay. So, yeah, a concierge. I never do an event without a concierge, and sometimes we have a bank of concierges depending on when I was doing bigger events. We would have multiple concierges at our beck and call, and I wouldn't do an event without one.
I think it's supposed to be one person per every 25 or something like that.
Well, yeah, because then they each have like, because you got to think every fifth person, at 1 in 5 people will have a tech issue. It's either operator error, or they don't have the most up to date version of their browser, or they don't have, or their computer's too old, or they're trying to get on a platform where you clearly stated to them that it is only like PC, like computer, not phone friendly, right? So even though we think that our phones can do everything, they really can't. And I know we live in that false data where we believe that, uh,
5G is real.
yeah, exactly. It's like, no, it's not. So that's why like we are trying to drop like so much data in this little thing right here, because we are not going to have an opportunity to do another behind the scenes. So if you want the behind the scenes, you need to really be paying attention to this. We're going to replay it several times, but you need to really get these little nuggets in here, because this 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 is what people pay us for, pay us a lot of money for, but we are sharing it with you here because we said we would. Okay, now, um,
One of my favorite things that we did was set up the Book Like a Boss page based on the Hey Summit page. I thought that was really neat and
yeah,
convenient and helpful to me setting up the Hey Summit page.
yes, because it was it. I think that our goal was to have consistency and congruency throughout the entire thing, because Erica's all about making sure that the colors are good, and that people, ooh, sorry, that people can find you based on like minimal imagery. So that was really our goal. So at first it was going to be the dark tan with the blue sky, but then we just took those colors and we moved them around, and we started really loving the concrete background versus the dark. And so then we took this whole thing. You can see here how all this works. The gold is Lux Maverick company colors. We were trying to make sure we were kind of throwing back to what the whole point of the event was, but we did a lot of different things. Um, this little the FAQ section was so helpful to speakers because they were able to look at those questions and kind of preempt things. So there's so many things going on when you're trying to um, book an event. It is so many things. They're like the most tiniest things constantly going on, constantly happening. We really had to like dig deep to see what things we could do to help prevent clients from having to call, I mean, potential speakers, because we had a lot of people who wanted to speak, but they didn't have the right, oh no, Erica, what you want to call it? They had the right talk, I guess. It didn't fit the
Yeah.
venue or fit the
Yeah.
event. Okay. Right. So um, we we believe again that it's important to make sure that everything is consistent and congruent. So if you look at this form Erica's showing you right here, you can see where we get your headshot, your email address, your company name, um, if whether or not you're interested in having your content be rebroadcast on a professional platform like Roku, um, all those kind of things, so that once we get your information, we can quickly, oh, your headshot, we can quickly go ahead and get you what you need, which is a social media post that's professionally done that you can uh, share yourself on your social, because that's one of the things that you as a producer that you find. Erica, can we show one of the speaker posts?
Okay. Let me
Yeah,
bring
I
that
know
up.
we didn't talk. I know we didn't talk about that, but sorry about that. So this is important, is why I'm bringing this up. The hardest thing for producing a summit or any kind of virtual thing is to have your speakers do what they're supposed to do in enough time for you to be able to do what you need to do. So these okay, so this is Thomas Ballard. God, you guys, his talk is amazing. I anyway, y'all know I love water. But anyway, so Thomas, we asked for a headshot. We got a headshot. We got his logo, so we can put it down with the rest of the logos at the bottom. The all of the speakers have this same makeup, except the date changes and their write up is different, right? So every single session, every speaker, every even the sponsors that we have for them, they all have their own version of this, so that they don't have to pay a graphic artist if they're not a graphic artist. You can stop, Erica. You don't have to pay a graphic artist if you're not a graphic artist. You don't have to figure out what it should look like. You don't have to, make sure that it's going to be professional quality. Y'all know I am so anal about how graphics look, because you don't get a second chance with somebody to it's your first impression. So if your graphics have typos, or the picture doesn't fit, the colors don't go. So we are extremely focused on that kind of stuff, especially when we're representing someone else, because you don't want your client to be like, you screwed up our stuff and made us look bad. So um, that's a really big point of contention if you are producing an event yourself, and you also don't want to have sponsor. You don't want to turn off a potential sponsor because of a typo. We had one client who lost a big check because of an extra period in the in the copy. So
The person
I was
really liked grammar.
yeah, well, it is the comment that was made was um it was really in an obvious place. I mean, sometimes you have little slip ups or sometimes or something, but if the comment was, how can we trust you to be able to watch the details of our brand and how it's presented if you didn't even take the time to get a copyright? Now, a copywriter, right? So not a copyright, but a copywriter. So I mean, I felt bad for him, but it wasn't my contact, wasn't my conversation to have. So
I know it
I mean,
happened. They took that idea and they went with somebody else who they thought was cheaper and they ran it anyway.
oh well,
Willing to
maybe.
bet.
Oh well, that's messed up. But I mean, I I am I took my Erica and I was talking about this the other day, and but I mean, I've been dabbling in. I think I would say I was an amateur graphic designer before 2012. I knew what I liked. I always had people with me who could do it, and I was happy with it. That that I had some control over what the outcome was going to be. But whenever you're working with graphics, if it's not your project and you don't know how to do it, you gotta compromise. Because no, you cannot make somebody see what's in your head fully and completely, no matter how much you talk about it. So what I
Don't play make it pop.
realized exactly what I realized after a very expensive ad was created on my behalf because I didn't have time to focus on it. I was really, I cannot tell you how many really disappointed I was in what my ad was, what my ad ended up, the final ad ended up being, because it didn't represent anything of what I did. So I was like, that's never happening to me again. So I started taking my graphics more seriously, and I took a lot of focus on it to be able to become better at it. So pretty much, and so y'all know. I mean, it's kind of like if you really know me as a person, you know that I was like super hyper anal about getting it done. So,
Wait a minute, Elle. I want to shout out Nigel Brown for hanging out with us tonight. Hey,
hey
Nigel.
Nigel. So, that too was a whole big crazy thing. So, just trying to figure out, and that's why I am so um, focused on making sure that whenever we're working on a project that the graphics are one of the first things that we send to a speaker. That was what we were talking about. We done ran off on a tangent. I was like, where do we start on this? So we're gonna go take it way back. Okay, so the reason why you want to send the graphics to your speaker is one, it's not really their focus. They just want to show up and speak, right? Two, you want to make sure that it's consistent so that when people see the graphic, that they go, "Oh, I saw that for so and so," or "I saw that somewhere else." And then just like your marketing, it's repetitive, 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 because the first, second, third, fifth, seventh time that somebody sees something, it builds up in their consciousness for them to be able to actually take the time to recognize that, "Oh, this is a thing, let me see what it is." So, and that's just how marketing goes. There's nothing we can do about it. So the more consistent you are with your posting in your social media, in your published media, in your digital media, it is critical for you to kind of focus on that one aspect. And if you've seen any of the posts around, you'll notice that after a while you start seeing them everywhere, just everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. No, it was already everywhere. You just start being conscious of it because you've seen it so many times.
So
So,
not only
let's
will it start being, hey, there goes a red car. Later on, it'll be there goes a red Honda,
right.
Mitsubishi, whatever.
Exactly. There goes a red Corvette, sugar. Go, Erica. Yeah, so but that's the thing. So do know when you are producing these events that your speakers are they are going to do the minimum. You have to expect that. Some speakers are like all in and they're like I'm all about it. But a lot of speakers are like, "Look, I'm doing my own thing. Your event is just a date on my calendar. So when the time comes, I am going to be present and on point in my own and bringing my A game. But the rest of the time, before and after that, I'm not. So you have to say, this is a post. It is. We used to have to make posts like for every platform, and then that got confusing because they were posting the wrong ones and wrong. Oh God, Lord have mercy. It was horrible. So you have to tell them what to post and what time to post and where to post it based on the size of the graphic that it is. I got some tricks. I'm not gonna tell y'all that. Y'all paid me for that trick. But anyway, you have to you have to really focus on being able to make it as easy as possible for your speaker and their team to be able to share the information uh, to their following, right? For them to be able to show up at your event. So this is critical. Okay, I'm telling y'all. All right, I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm like, this is where you need to be taking notes, right? That part. All right, Erica, what we got next?
Let's see.
The summit design. I mean, I think I talked about most of that.
Yeah, we showed the Hey Summit page. We showed the Look Like a Boss page. We did take the event and put it on OneStream Live, and we ran it every day, twice a day, for about 2 months. Didn't take it down. Still getting good comments. So
Mm-hmm.
yay.
Yes.
Um,
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We like y'all. Yeah. We owe y'all a cookie.
Yeah. After we read it for about 2 months, twice a day for 2 months, I realized that you can take it down and run it again. But
Mm.
there's no need for that. It was good the way we did it.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, you guys, because the thing is first of all, you can see the summit, but you don't have time to watch it. And then you see it a couple times, you're like, what is this? And you go watch a little bit, and then you see how it, you don't know what you need, and when you don't know that you need it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Because this summit is groundbreaking. It is industry changing, and it will. We are making history right now with what we're doing, and we are super excited to be able to do this because very soon everybody's going to be doing it like Eric and Elle did it. We're gonna be like, well, we did it first. Y'all copycat
Mhm.
us.
Well, after
So, but
that,
no, we yeah.
we put it on a podcast. We moved some of the clips over to Missing Letter Curate, and other people picked it up and volunteered to share it. So,
Oh
yay.
yeah. Yeah, the content is super good, and I know that we kind of been dragging on, but we really wanted to take the opportunity. One, because we said we were going to do it, right? Y'all know I am really big on doing what I say I'm going to do, and then two, we really wanted to be able to share all the stuff. Like, there's still stuff that we're going to do. Like, we need to do another Facebook event page, another LinkedIn event page, because we did those before. I don't know if we said that. Did we say that, Erica?
I don't think we did.
Okay, so we did do a LinkedIn event page, a Facebook event page. We did the banners for like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. We okay, so Erica made me create a TikTok account, y'all. So I'm sorry.
Yay.
I'm so um um we talked about the speaker post. We did Erica has this thing, you guys. I mean, she well, I don't know if she's gonna tell y'all what the company, what the brand, what the thing is, but she has this thing, right, where when you are live, you can go like on multiple, you can go on multiple platforms, but you can go on multiple, like, say pages, because everybody don't know all the. So, okay, so you have the platform. So Erica could go live on her page on that platform. But you can also go live on your page. You can also go live in a group. You can also have people also sharing. So when we do the next thing, now this I just thought about this, y'all. Now y'all know how my brain pops. Okay, so here we go. Now, Erica,
Yes.
what if when you go live on the page, the group, and then your business page, right?
Hmm.
What if you have a team of people who also share it, like just from them as an individual to somewhere else? Like I just shared your, I think we need to do that. I think that'd be amazing.
Yes. So,
Yes.
I'm not ashamed to let people know I use OneStream Live. I love OneStream Live. And with my OneStream Live account, I am able to add people on, like Elle. So, what we did was have my account and all of her accounts so we could stream live. But I like the idea of getting other people to share it too.
Yes, yes, because people always like share, share, share. I'm like, okay, but wait, what am I sharing? I don't, that, because okay, so whenever you go on a thing, you go on YouTube or whatever, and they're live, you don't know what they're gonna say. Honey, I can't be sharing you cussing up the storms and stuff. So I need to know what I'm sharing. So but if you have people who you've already pre-talked about, okay, so I'm going to go live at X amount. Oh, y'all need to write this down. Tell you, sugar, write it down. If you want to have people, if you want to have your content shared while it's live, that's going to give you a higher ranking in the live and where the platform is going to share it because they're going to see that more people are interested in your content. Now don't go paying people because I'm sure that's going to be against the rules of service on the platform because you will get dinged for that. But if you have people who genuinely are interested, like say if you have like your top 10 clients and you say, okay, so everybody who shares this will be able to come into our into the restaurant, right? Say you're a restaurant and you want to do, you can get a free appetizer. They get free appetizers all the time. Well, now they might give you a free straw because everything's so expensive, but you know what I'm saying. So, but you can but it's an action for reward, right? And so you can have the first 10 people who sign up to say that they're going to share the content will get X, right? If they actually share it, then you give them Y. So now you have more like an organic uh, outreach of people who are sharing your content with their people because they feel like you have a good product. So I think we need to try that because that just sounds good to me, Erica. I don't know about y'all.
I think Air Meat has a leaderboard for stuff like that.
Oh, really now? But see, you got see. I'm saying, if you have to be creative in your business because your business will not survive the BS. And then if you want to try to come for me about everyday glamour girl, I got this. I already have my stuff in order, even though I'm about to choke sugar and go to jail. So, uh, but what I'm saying is that I knew what I was doing every day, Glam Girl. I was a decision that I made. So if everybody asked me why I closed the office. I closed the office. I know y'all love me. I got y'all. I love y'all too. That's not the problem. The problem is me and COVID, we were sharing the same, we had the same target market and COVID was going to win. So that's why we closed down the office. Will it come back? It's going to come back, but it'll be different. I'll share all that later. We still around. Don't worry about it. You need me, you know how to call me. But but my point is that you have to be nimble in business. You have to be dynamic in business. You have to be ready at any time to spin, because nothing is permanent ever. Nothing is gonna stay the same. Every day it's different. So you have to be prepared to follow the changes as it is. So understanding that is critical in business. I mean, we ran a clinic 14 years, and I can't tell you if one month was like the month before, how insane it was. So and then you also can take inspiration from other unrelated things. So even though we did the summit, now everybody watch football. Football make me crazy sometimes because they got the pregame show, they got the pregame show, then they got the game, and then during the game they got all the recaps and the replays, and then the people talking like I just saw the man catch the ball. Why y'all got to tell me he caught the ball? Somebody shut up. But anyway, it's like all this talking, and then you had the post game, and then you had the post game, then you had the next day post game show, right? So how, why is that a thing? Why is that a thing? Why is that a successful action? Well, because everybody doesn't have the same attention span, doesn't have the same amount of time, and can't be at the same place. So if you missed the pre-game show and you only was able to catch the tail end of the post-game show, then that's, you feel like you was part of it, right? So that's what you're trying to do. So now, what do we do? Y'all, I stole the idea. I repackaged it. With the day after the first day of the summit, we called in a podcaster from Urban Topic, Kevin Booker. And I was like, dude, we need you. Because just me and Erica talking about sports stuff, like, okay, no dudes is going to take us serious, right? So we decided, I was like, okay, we need some testosterone. We need some testosterone. He was like, all right, I'm in. I was like, yay! So and plus he used to play football and stuff. So sports, all kinds of sports. So he knew like more about what we were talking about. So I mean, from our perspective, me as the person that's gonna help you after you got injured, but Erica as the person who just kind of like, Erica's amazing. She can take what you just said and like spin it so quickly into like the most beautiful little package. It is incredible to see her do that. And you have to watch her show, y'all. She has a show called Talk Virtual, and that's on Thursdays. I get to hang out with her in our mastermind on Fridays, so I super love it. She has another show on Tuesday at 10 o'clock, right?
That's right.
On one stream. So
Yep.
it's pretty cool. I was y'all, okay. Let me tell y'all. I don't know about the ones after mine, but I was on one. It was Jimmy Newsom and Doc. What's like Doc's last name? I just know Doc.
Williams.
Doc.
Doc
Okay, y'all.
Williams.
Y'all, we would rocket it. It was such a good interview. I was like, that's the best interview I had done so far this year. And I've done a bunch of them. I mean, I did a bunch of them. I did good on all the rest of them, but that one was hot. That was the synergy of all the people, and everybody was so smart and like really into they knew their part, right? They knew their part, and they knew their part. It was good. Y'all, if you are into virtual, into marketing, into any of that, you will get some like gems like this size. They were dropping gems like crazy, like bigger than this right here. You know what I'm saying? It was huge. So I was like, so y'all know I'm over here taking notes, and they're like, "Elle, like, hey, yeah, huh?" So yeah, I'm telling you, it was amazing. Do 100% check that out. What show was that, Erica?
That was Erica Bates with One Stream Live.
Yeah, but which was that, episode one?
Um, yeah,
Episode four?
it
I don't
was.
know.
It was episode one.
Okay, so it was episode one. Y'all, I'm telling y'all got to go see that. Go to Erica's page. I'm sure she posted it. All right, you know what? Erica posted in the comments. We'll
All
post it
right.
in the comments when it's over. I'm telling y'all, if you okay, look, y'all know, if y'all know me or Erica personally or business wise, y'all know we get stuff done. Y'all know it. Y'all see us out here in these business streets every day, all day. Everybody want to know how you get that done, when you do that, when you sleep, when you look. We just know how to get stuff done. That's just it. So if we telling you, y'all, if we telling you that it was the business, it was really the business. There are we'll drop all the links and everything in the comments so y'all can get all the stuff that we've been talking about. And I know that I talk fast. I know that I like try to have fun and everything, but seriously, if you want in this, everything's getting more expensive. Everything's just getting, we in, you know, there's a lot happening. There's so much happening. We can't, we don't have time to waste. We don't have time to play, even though y'all know I'm going to play, but you know what I mean. We don't have time to, we don't have time, if you're trying to leave a legacy for your children, if you're trying to um, not live under the bridge next month, we are all really fighting against the Baba Yaga of it all. Melanie is, y'all know Melanie. She always fussing at me about talking about the Baba Yaga, but the Baba Yaga is that thing that all so many of us like. And I don't care if you have $1 million in the bank or $100 in the bank, depending on what your financial burdens are. You could be sitting on that line between living under the bridge or having your next meal. So you have to be able to look at what is going on and how you can differentiate yourself. If you work in a space of virtual, you need to understand the differences between a summit, a webinar, a live stream, a professional broadcast. You need to know that. We started this conversation with that. If you are overworked and the only way that you can make your money in this business is to do multiple events, but you don't have more time, then what are you going to do? You have to figure out how to make each event more and more lucrative. You have to find ways to not leave that money on the table. And the way that you do that is by repurposing your content, getting more clients to watch your stuff, preparing them for your next event so that you have a higher return on investment each time. You didn't make any money on your first event. So what? You know that there's a possibility of making money. So you left all the money on the table. But the next time you did an event, you learned from the last time. So now you got like $10. Well, $10 is better than zero. And that's proof that you left more money on the table. So you have to go back and look at, okay, what can I do differently? What can I do differently? What can I do differently? And I know we're talking about virtual, but that should be in any business that you're in. It is hyper important that you pay attention to what you did, what you could have done better, and also what you left on the table the last time. Now, with virtual, you have an opportunity to go back and pick up what you left on the table because you can repurpose your content. You can put it on other platforms. You can turn it into other things, and you can really push out that information over and over and over and over. Just because you know it's out there on Monday at 10 o'clock, somebody else is working, so they ain't gonna see it. So they gonna see it on Monday at 10:30 because that's their chill time, and they can actually take a few minutes to kind of peek what you're doing. So don't get discouraged because you don't have all the numbers. Do you know more people watch your content and don't comment and don't share than do watch your content?
Kind of frustrating, but
I get it is it is, but it's because they they're living their lives. Is why
mhm.
they're doing it. They see your stuff, but they're not you're it's not you're not the focus. Or how many times have you seen where you hit like and the button won't hit, it won't do it, and you don't know why? Because the algorithm just won't let it happen, or there's a glitch, or there's something. So you can't count on the number that you see at the top of your live stream, because just because you're on the platform that you're on. So say you're on TikTok, or not TikTok, but I'm stressed out about TikTok. Um, Say you're on LinkedIn, for example, and the stream is live on LinkedIn, but it's also live on multiple other platforms. So if you have one person watching for each platform, that's 20 some people, 21 people. That's a lot of people for a live stream. But you also have to look at how many people are going to see the replay, and the number of times that you restream your replay is going to exponentially increase the number of people who are watching and seeing your content. There's a lot of things that go into these type of events. People don't understand that ticket sales are not where your money is. All
Nope.
the money that you get from tickets, it goes right back into the event for other things. It is not money that you put in your pocket. A lot of people end up making a big mistake by trying to eat off of the ticket money. That's a no-no. That is a sin when it comes to virtual. Then you have people who think, "Oh, I'm going to sell so much stuff at this event." First of all, most of the time you are new to someone, and maybe they want to check you out before they spend money with you. Maybe they have a lot of questions, so they want to follow up with you later. Don't get frustrated if you don't sell anything at an event, because the person is listening to you and they know somebody else is coming up after them. They will remember to come back to you, but you also should be able to reach out to them. So you always want to be able to work with a company that's willing to give you the attendee list, or at least so in Air Meet we have you have the opportunity to have your, as a vendor or speaker, to have the attendees send you their contact information for later on. So you can make a little bit of money at during the event. You can, but where you're going to make the majority of your money is always going to be after an event. That is 100% true most of the time. Well, 100% true, because you're going to have more people who are going to be prepared to spend the money, more people who are going to go be able to look at thinking about spending the money. Look at, when you're telling somebody that something costs $10,000, if they don't take a pause and think about what they're going to spend and how they're going to get their $10,000 back, then they probably didn't have $10,000 in the first place. Because if you don't know, if you have money, the first thing you want to think about is, if I spend this money, how am I going to back? So there you go. So the next thing, we about to wrap this thing up. I'm getting tired. My eyeball's about to fall down in my mouth. Um, we like so when Kevin came on for the post game. So let's go back to that. When Kevin came on for the recap, right? So as we call it, a recap. What I did, what after the summit, if you've ever done a summit, you know you're tired. because you done poured yourself into this thing. But what I did was I went through the videos. We took out 2 questions per person. Now the video would end up being as long as people we would have had for the conversation, right? So what we did was had the first clip of the first speaker. Everybody, we all watched it together. We all had a comment about it. Now, if you would have had 10 people, it would have took a long time. So we just stopped at 3 because we didn't want it to be longer than the summit in the first place. So we ended up with 3. And so then we did the same thing for the second speaker, same thing for the third speaker. And it was really good. And so we used that as fodder for people to want to come and watch the live stream, the whole thing, right? So then we also broke it up and we just did the first person, the first speaker, and the comments, then the second speaker. So we broke it up into 3 segments, and then we ran it individually and told people, if you want more, if you want to see more, go watch the replay, right? So there's you are leaving breadcrumbs for your potential customers to be able to find you. How many McDonald's commercials have you seen in your life? How many freaking Nike commercials and product placements is when you see it on the screen, but they know it's not an actual commercial. Like, think about Golden Child, dating myself. Yeah, I don't look 50, but I am. But the Golden Child, when the little boy turned the soda can into a dancing thing. He turned up, I think it was a Pepsi. He turned the Pepsi can into like a gingerbread looking man shape, and it was dancing around. And so that was one of the earliest product placements that I remember, because I was like, this is just a commercial. I remember thinking that and saying that to the person who was watching it with me. So, and then years later, I found out what it was. So, but what I'm saying is, you have to really focus in on all those things. There's so many little details that will be the difference between you making, but see, I mean, I sell pretty high end products, so we're talking 10,000, 20, 30,000, on up type stuff. So you have to really, really focus in on the details. Details are everything when it comes to when you're representing somebody else's product. So that's why we did all that. We wanted to be able to say, hey, look at this is important, or just look at it. If you think it's stupid, say so. We can take criticism, but we've gotten so much good feedback, and we want to thank you guys for that. um so even though they're videos, we decided to take the transcripts. So here we go, a whole nother thing, y'all. Erica had me working like a slave. Let me tell you, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. Tell you the truth. The whole reason why I even wrote the book was because Erica was like, "Oh, it would have been nice if we would have had a book." Then we were on the show, and she's like, "Oh, it would be nice if you wrote a training." I'm like, "Girl, bye."
But she did it in 4 days.
Well, not the training. I wrote a book in 4 days, but the
Mm.
thing is, the point is, you got to be willing to step out of your comfort zone, to pay attention to the details. If you want to be successful in this industry, there are just no, well, there are lots of shortcuts that you can take in but they are deliberate shortcuts. They are not haphazard shortcuts, and they're not ways to get around doing the work. Erica is really a master at um creating processes that allow you to um, take repetitive data and utilize it multiple times. Erica, want to explain that?
Well, when you said you were scared of TikTok, I don't want you to be scared because that content is already made. So
Okay.
I want you to use what you have and just repurpose it somewhere else. Um, TikTok has made it so you can go up to 10 minutes now, and all of your clips are 2 minutes or less. So don't be scared of just being omnipresent and using your content. If you have content, I'm pretty sure it's very good. Well, I know Elle's is phenomenal, but
Oh,
anybody else, if you have content, you have video content, especially, break it up, use it for an ebook, take those transcripts, use it for an ebook, take that audio, use it for a podcast. Just there's so many things that you can do with it.
yeah. Erica's awesome at it. When if you don't know where to start, you don't know what to do. Call. I mean, Erica, make sure you put your contact info in there. Erica is Erica is like so sweet and just always so nice. And you don't really find that in business that much. So you think, well, maybe I don't know, y'all. Erica is this is a smart chick. Y'all know I don't hang around dumb people. I can't do it. I can't do it. So Erica is amazing, and she has a lot of Erica's like Erica too. Okay, so you know how you get a drink, right? And you think, oh, this is like the week. This ain't gonna do nothing. And then like after by the time you finish it, you're like so drunk. You're like, what in the world? That happened to me with some sake. Okay, I had some Fuji apple sake. Now y'all, I don't drink. I just wanted to like have like a chill moment. They brought me this little tiny carafe, and it was chill, it was cold, and they gave me these little tiny cups, right? And I was like, oh, these are so cute. I was like, these look like we should go to a doll baby. And I was like, and I was sitting there just talking and talking and talking. And I was gone. I was like, what in the world? I had y'all. I called my sister. I was like, what's happening to me? Because I ain't never been this drunk in my life. And I told her what I was drinking. She was like, you had too much. She's like, that's too much. That's too much. Girl, y'all, I wanted to cry. That's Erica. Is so potent. And she want like I'm like always talking, right? So I'm talking, that's what I do. But Erica is so potent, like her her skill set will really ratchet up what you're doing. I mean, truly, the fact that if there was no Erica Bates, there would be no virtual summit series from Elle. Because I being able to wrangling speakers, you guys know, is the suckiest part of doing a virtual event. Speakers are well intended, and just like we talked about earlier, I'm like calling, like I'm like, hey, look, I need you to come and speak at this virtual event, and this is what it is. I need you to reach out to Erica so y'all can get all the stuff worked out, what you need to get worked out. Because between all the things that we had to create for the summit, all the things um, that was also going on. So like I have the summit going on, I got the launch going on, I got the media company, I got all these different things happening simultaneously. Erica's like, you got another project, and I am like the most, I am so giving, like, my friends are in a project. I'm like, okay, so let me see what I can do to help you boost your thing up, and so I'm forever in somebody's business, So, but the if Erica wasn't there to say, okay, so for this particular process, this is the lane you need to be on. You need to keep, this is, did you do this? Did you do that? That's what you need when you are trying to do a summit of this magnitude, right? We originally started with 7 dates. I was like, Ericka, we don't need 2 golf dates. So we took one of them off. And so that's how we ended up with 6, which is cool. And but then she said we got to do this all over again next quarter. I was like, good lord. But here we go. So, but um, the need to have somebody who is masterful. I'm not even kidding. Masterful at doing this. This girl has done what she's been doing, what, a show plus a podcast plus producing other people's events successfully for a while. I mean, like for, I know for at least a year. Didn't you do, how many
It's been
shows did
three
you do
years now.
last? I'm talking about the, just like, how many did you do last year? I mean, this is our 3rd year doing the show, but I'm talking about how many didn't you do the whole 52
Yep.
shows last year?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I was. That was the point I was trying to make. So,
Wait, it's 52 times 2.
so 104. Okay, 104 shows, immaculately done, brilliantly executed. So the girl got the I y'all know I you don't come to me half stepping. You cannot do that because I will dismiss myself. So that's just how that is. But Ericka got the goods. I promise y'all, she got the goods. And yeah, so there's plenty of other things that we could say. Plenty of other things that's out there. Ericka, just reach out to her if you have questions. Don't call me because I only do what I'm told. Ericka is the one who made all this possible. So I am grateful for being the benefactor of her tutelage and to be the purpose of this case study. And if I was going to do another summit, I wouldn't even try to, y'all. I would be like, Ericka, go on do it. Go on, just give me my list of stuff what I got to do, and we gonna go and do what got to do. And there's always new tools, and there's always new things, and there's always new spaces and places. And Ericka's like, oh, did you hear about such and such? Oh, Ericka, you ain't even tell them about the book. What's the book thing? The publishing thing. You ain't show them that one. So
A published drive.
you can, so like most of us know, like you can self-publish on on Amazon, but there's multiple other platforms that you can self-publish on. And so the new book we're gonna do is called Escape Chronic Pain. There you go. And it is going to be on all these other platforms. Like we were like, we didn't even know there's a such thing as called iBooks, right? And the thing is you when you have there's 2 trains of thought, right, when it comes to this kind of thing. You know, I don't believe, now this is from a marketing standpoint, all y'all people who are consumers don't listen to me right now. But from a business standpoint, you are never going to look at your book as a way to make money. You are always going to look at the outcome and the results of what your book is for. How many people can you help, but also where can it get you? How can it help you get to the next level? So, for this particular book,
No.
the goal is, oh, you could, that's fine.
Okay.
For it's, what is it called? Escape of Chronic Pain. So, but for this particular book, the goal is um to ex- to give the general public an idea of what's available and out there. There's going to be another version of the book that's going to be designed for the industry. I didn't want to bore the general public, and then and again, this is another thing you got to know. Your When I started this whole thing out, your audience is the most critical customer that you have. You have to make sure you know what you're doing for them. Now, your customers could be, in this case, the public, the general public. And then I have another version that we're going to, that'll be targeted specifically to the sports industry because they have different information that will make this resonate with. So, same information, different angle. Again, repurpose your content. So I will have two books out at the same time, which will be interesting. I'm sure I'm making my editors mentally ill. Join the club. So again, I know that this probably was a little bit long and it maybe was a little bit crazy, and I really um, wanted to bring it down and let you kind of get an idea of how valuable the information is in this video, why we did what we did, and how you can do the same. Like, it's we aren't special. Well, we are special, but more we aren't more viable, right? We aren't more we are not more special than you, right? Is, I guess, my point. And if you do what we did, you can do the same thing. You can make it easier for yourself if you use Erica like I did. I was smart, right? Because we were able. Oh, time frame. That was another thing. You normally, we talking about that unnormal girl right here, right here. Like normally, you would take a year to plan out an event. I would say virtually, if you got everything together, you've done it before, and you know who your speakers are and their participation and who their target market is and all those kind of things that you got to know just to get started, right? You could maybe cut that down to 6 to 9 months. Well, Erica,
Yeah, 4 days. 4 days.
not the book, Erica.
Eh, You
The
had the
summit.
summit done in 4 days. What took the most time was the promotion part.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay, that's crazy. Wow. All right then. So, but that's wow. I mean, y'all see, I ain't even know. Erica was like, oh, we need this." I was like, "Okay, I'll have it to you in a few hours, or I'll have it in the morning, or whatever." And she's like, "I can't believe you got it done." I'm like, "You just told me I need it. You can't believe I got it done." So, so here we are, and that's what we're doing. And so we want you guys to know you can do it in 4 days if you have the skill set that we collectively have. But in reality, you really can, if you have all the elements together and you know all the stuff that you need to do. I would say you can do it in 30 days. But really want to plan it out, have a good, and talk to Erica, and she can tell you if you do this, and this, you can have a summit in action by this day.
Yep, it's true.
Yeah. Yes. So it is possible. It is possible. So I really didn't know it was 4 days. I'm really shocked. I thought it was longer. But marketing and everything takes a while because you got to get the attention and blah 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 of the people. So
You
do
knew
know.
what your headline was. You knew your brand colors. You knew your hex codes. You knew what your copy wanted to say. You knew what you wanted a welcome video to say. You even had a thank you video for the people who bought tickets. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. So what? But that's what I'm saying. Like, see, Erica knew. I mean, she see what I'm saying. Like, she can break stuff down. Y'all, it's crazy. Um, but that's amazing to me that she can do that. So let me tell y'all, I'm tired, 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 tired. It's almost 11 o'clock. I don't even know what time we started. But I don't care if y'all think this is the most boring thing you ever saw. If you are in this space, You have to take the time to digest this. Find a transcript. I'm sure Erica gonna do something with this. Y'all is gonna be everywhere. But get a transcript, do whatever. But these are really valuable, really important things that you need to know as a virtual summit person. Um, if you're doing things like, I'm sure she can help you if you want to do a webinar or a class, whatever you want to do. But her jam is virtual summits, and we appreciate her for being a master at her craft. So Erica, thank you so much, so much, so much. I love you so so much for everything. I think you are an incredible woman. I think you are just a beautiful soul and just super, super smart and just really great at finding the right people to do what's necessary.
All right, I appreciate you too. Thank you for being brilliant and sharing your knowledge with me.
Oh, well, thanks. All right, y'all. So we are out of here. Deuces. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Sayonara. Bye.